Hello everyone, good morning from Sicily in Italy. I just woke up. This is why I have a massive case of bedhead. And I was going through my little morning health routine that I do when I'm traveling and on the road, which kind of changes from time to time depending on where I am. And I just wanted to address how to stay healthy while traveling, and especially while backpacking and you have limited space. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I do on the road to stay healthy as best as I can, because number one, it kind of all depends on location, at least from what I've learned. Like there's just certain areas and certain destinations that I go to where I tend to be either more active and eat healthier, or there's destinations where I eat like a fatty. And one of those destinations I'm actually in right now, and that's Sicily. So I arrived here about 2 months ago, and when I arrived here, I was feeling pretty good. I came from the United States where I had access to all things healthy, and I was regularly exercising, and I could really control my diet and everything. So now that I'm in Sicily, I'm living with my boyfriend. There's just way too much temptation for me here, like pizza and ice cream and wine. So this is the little health routine that I do most mornings here, and it'll kind of change as I go along, but some things always stay the same. So let me kind of walk through what I normally do. So the first thing that I think is very important as a traveler is to always travel with your own water bottle. So this is actually the water bottle that I took on the last trip. It has actually survived, and it has a little clip so I can like clip it to my bag or my backpack. So I'm constantly just chugging water. Like I don't really drink soda. I don't really drink juice. I will drink wine and some coffee here and there, but the number one thing that I drink is water. So I always try to have this on me. Like I'm actually getting ready to go to the beach right now. So I'll pack probably 2 of these and chug them down while I'm there. So that's the one thing, is I usually wake up with this next to my bag and chug some water. The next thing that I do is I have turmeric, I never know how to say it. But I found this at the local spice market, and what I do is I cook with it sometimes. But mornings when I'm home, I haven't been making coffee recently, but what I do is I take a cup and I put warm water with a little bit of turmeric, I don't really know, and some raw honey that I bought here, and I mix that together. And I noticed that it does give me energy. Turmeric has a lot of great health benefits, and it helps cleanse your system. It's anti-inflammatory. So I've been doing that. And then usually after I have my warm turmeric water, sometimes I'll do lemon water in the morning as well, or throughout the day. So I always have lemons around the house and squeeze those in. And I'll actually make my own little version of healthy lemonade. I actually brought this from the United States. It's liquid stevia, and I'll just put that together, and it's absolutely delicious. So on days when I'm like, oh, I'm lagging on water, if I just do a couple drops of this with some lemon juice, I can easily chug down water because it tastes great. So after that, then I travel with these green juice packets because I was a really big fan of juicing in the United States. When I lived there, I would do it frequently because it just really just nourishes your body, and it's gentle on my stomach because I definitely have some stomach issues with digestion and that kind of thing. So I'm a really big fan of juicing. But since I can't travel with a juicer, this is actually a product of the website that I write for, the health blog. It's FitLife TV, and they came out with this great stuff called Organifi, which is green juice powder, and then they rolled it out into these individual packs. So I stocked up on them because all you have to seriously do is mix it with water and drink it, and it tastes great. So I'll usually have one of these in the morning as well. And other things that I travel with, the first time around I didn't travel with any vitamins or anything, but I had leftover vitamins from when I was in the US, so I decided to bring some. So I made like this little vitamin packet, and I'll be honest with you, like some days I take them, some days I don't. Like I don't notice a massive difference when I take them or not. I try to regularly take a probiotic to keep my gut healthy and feeling good, but I just have a probiotic. I have a lot of vitamin C, which I take especially when I'm in transit and on airplanes and that kind of thing. And as well as I have an iron, vitamin D, a B complex, and then I also have magnesium that I'll take sometimes before I go to bed. So I think it helps a little bit. It's good to have this as like a backup. Like luckily I don't really get sick. I've only ever been sick, I think, in the couple years that I've been traveling one time. I got the flu, and I'm more of a natural person, so I chose to not take medicine. I chose to just rest and drink a lot of water, and within 2 days I was feeling fine again. But you can always have these as, you know, a backup kind of thing. So that's another thing. As well as I also have activated charcoal, because this is great if you have any type of food sensitivities, or if you, it's also a reliable backup if you accidentally get food poisoning or eat something that doesn't agree with your stomach, because what it does is help draw the toxins out of your system. So I don't take this regularly, but actually one day when I woke up, I was a little hungover, I took this, and it did help settle my stomach and make it feel better. So I just keep this on hand because I haven't had any, knock on wood, any bouts with like food poisoning or anything like that. But I think as a traveler, it's a great natural healthy alternative to just have in case something goes wrong with your gut. So that's that. And then other things that I travel with is this time around, and when I say this time around, this is I'm 2.5 months into my second like international travel. The last time I went, I was gone for 16 months, and then I went back to the United States for 8 months, and now I'm on my second go at it. So this time too, I'm traveling with a couple essential oils. I have peppermint oil as well as lavender oil, because these can be used, like I'll use this to just inhale it in the morning to wake up sometimes. Lavender has the opposite effect. It's more soothing, so sometimes I'll rub it on my wrist and breathe it before I go to sleep. But I've also used these for like sore muscles. I just travel with it, and I Google like what I can use it for. Like the other day, I was riding on my boyfriend's motorcycle, and we were coming back from the beach, so I was wearing shorts, and I accidentally touched my calf against his exhaust and like melted the skin off my leg, like melted it. And it's actually healing. I'll show you really quick. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. And I just, as soon as I got home, I Googled like, okay, how to naturally treat a burn, because I really try to stay away from using a lot of like different products and medicines and that kind of thing. And I read to put on raw honey and coconut oil, which I have the coconut oil here as well. And I put it on there, and literally within like 5 minutes, the stinging and the inflammation went down, and it hasn't hurt since then. Like I was amazed. So I've just been applying a little bit of honey and coconut oil to that. So I always try to find like different natural things. And obviously like I don't travel with coconut oil. I don't travel with honey because I only travel with a carry-on. I can't bring this type of amount onto the airplane. But I found them here, and since I'm living with my boyfriend, it's easier for me to have some of the normal essentials from home. And I'm also like a coconut oil freak. Like I love this stuff. You can use it as natural sunscreen. Like as you can see, I'm like really tan because I've been spending a lot of time in the sun. So I think it has the natural, you read on the internet, like in between 4 and 8 SPF naturally. So you can use this. Like I'll store it in my coffee. I use it as moisturizer. You can use it in your hair as like a conditioner. There's so many different things that you can do with coconut oil. And I was very shocked that I was able to find it, because I think this is actually from Germany, but I found it in the local health market here. I went on a hunt for it. So I have that as well. And one thing about where I am right now and with my boyfriend is he's just like naturally fit. He's like a freak. Like he doesn't exercise. He has a 6-pack. He eats whatever he wants. It's frustrating, but he also eats very different from how I eat. So we're always cooking different meals. But the couple things that I tried to get him to change over is like simple things. Is like I was able to find some pink salt. So the reason why pink salt is so much better than table salt is it does have like trace minerals, just about like 82 trace minerals in there, and it's more natural versus like a lot of table salts. If you're not careful enough, like they can have a lot of chemical compounds and that kind of stuff in it. So I just use this, when I'm cooking, as well as every once in a while when I'm traveling, I'll do something called a salt water flush. Like I just have problems with digestion sometimes, and if I'm in a new location, like to not be too graphic, like what goes in doesn't always come out. So if I'm just feeling really bloated and uncomfortable, I will do a salt water flush by mixing like 1 to 2 tablespoons of this with some warm water, and I drink it on an empty stomach in the morning. And you have to be in like a comfortable place. Like I would not recommend doing this in a hostel or something. Like you need privacy, but within like an hour or so, it just helps like flush out your system. So I'll sometimes do that while I'm on the road as well. And so that's pretty much like, where I try to stick to eating fruits and vegetables, but I'll be honest with you, I'm human. Like part of traveling is experiencing the local cuisine and sharing. And especially here in Sicily, like every Sunday we go to eat lunch with my boyfriend's family, and it's a big affair. Like they have pasta, then they have a meat, and they have all these sides. And every time I go there, I always go with the intention of not eating that. I'm like, okay, this time, like I'm gonna have self-control. And it just doesn't work. So, I just learned to enjoy it. And, it's like I've had my ups and downs here with, especially with, the little stomach problems that I have. Like I just have days where I'm like, oh my God, I can't eat. But I try to off balance it because with a little bit of exercise, I'm not nearly as active here as I am in other places, with the reason being that most other places, like I always walk everywhere, whereas here, like my boyfriend has a car and a motorcycle, so we're often doing that. But like a day like today, I'm about to take the bike to the beach, so it's going to take me about 15 minutes to do that. And I'll also do, some squats and planks are some of my favorite moves while on the road, just to kind of maintain some general degree of health, but I'm not nearly as obsessed with it while I'm traveling. I obviously try to take care of myself and feel good because I definitely don't want to get sick. But another thing is that, while I'm on the road, it's just a different mentality to when I'm living in the States. It's like you just kind of have to go with the flow, especially because I volunteer a lot and live with different people. It's like I'm often in their hands in terms of what they eat and what they serve. So for me, it's like I keep an open mind, but there are little daily things that I try to do. So just to kind of recap, the 3 recommendations that I would give to people who are traveling is to definitely travel with a water bottle and make it your primary liquid that you drink throughout the day. Like staying hydrated is key to feeling good, especially when you're out and about. So I would say that, as well as make yourself a little vitamin pack such as this. Like I was really concerned if it was going to get through security, but I didn't have any problems. And because I took everything out of the bottle, as you can see, and put them in like individual little packets. So you can I would, stock up on some vitamin C, make sure you get high quality vitamins. So if you're going to get like a multivitamin, make sure you go to like a local health store and really get like a top notch one. Because otherwise it's really pointless. You're just going to, they're regular ones that you would get at like a Target or something are filled with so much junk that you end up just peeing it out and it doesn't do any good for you. So make yourself like a little vitamin pack. And then once you're in a country, you can figure out like if you want to get like some spices or lemons and that kind of thing. I would recommend trying to have like your one thing that you do a day, whether it's warm lemon water in the morning or something, or if you want to travel with these green juice packets, it's great. So water, vitamins, and a little morning beverage tonic to get your day going is what I would recommend. And obviously try to move that body as well. If you're walking around a city, it's going to be no problem whatsoever. In 2 weeks, I actually head to Hungary, and I'm going to be exploring Budapest. So I know that I'll be walking at least probably 5 to 7 hours a day, when I'm exploring a new city. So right now, I'm kind of enjoying being a beach bum while I'm still here. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I wish everybody happy travels. All right, ciao, have a great day, bye-bye.